Hey, what's going on, YouTube? This is your certified life and relationship coach, Coach Court. And in today's video, I'm going to talk to you about how to respond to a dismissive avoidant when they start texting you again. Thank you for sticking around. If this is your first time viewing me, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel by clicking that subscribe button and ringing that little bell so you're notified for the newest content. If you want my help personally, reach out to me on my website, www.fruitfulseeds.com, and send me an email no longer than 2 to 3 paragraphs long, no longer than 500 words, as it makes it really tough to respond to long emails. There's a coaching option for that, and there's also a coaching option for one-on-one video chats or phone calls, increments of a half hour, 1 hour, and I've been doing them for longer as of recently. So in this video, I'm responding to a couple emails that I received. The first email was somebody that I did coaching with one-on-one for a month. It was video, and she was really struggling to get back her dismissive avoidance. She didn't know how to read the signs. She was really committed to this person because when she was with him, she was able to see the real him, the person who can just let down the walls and put all of his fears and his anxieties about being close to people past him. The second person who emailed me is somebody I'm doing email coaching with now. They're trying to understand their dismissive avoidant ex-girlfriend and how to make out what some of the things that she's doing and some of the things that she's saying. She's texting, she's hot and she's cold. So I'm gonna get into that right now. The first one, thanks so much, Coach. I thought that you would like to know that my dismissive avoidant ex-boyfriend came back after applying what we talked about on our calls. I asked him to get, which is tough to do. As an anxious, preoccupied type, it is really hard to get a hold of that anxiety, to control it and harness it, and to put it towards something that's more useful. That's what I like to coach my people to do. Take that anxiety, that pain, and turn it towards a purpose. Something that whatever makes your heart beat, whatever makes you wake up in the morning. It's going to be tough when you're going through a tough breakup. But if you're in no contact and if you're not talking to this person, after about a couple months, you should already have mastered how to rechannel that energy that you were using towards trying to get them back. I asked him to get together and have a drink since lockdown has lifted in our area, and he agreed. This was 2 weeks ago, and I feel we have a stronger bond now than our previous 2-year relationship. Please share this with other anxious attachers and show them that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Thank you for that email. I love success stories. Thanks for following up. That's the one thing I don't like about short-term coaching is you can't see how things end, how you get to that result that you put a lot of time and energy in searching my channels, looking for other coaches, because many times I'm not the first coach that they've reached out to. They've reached out to other coaches, and anxious attachers are people who are very diligent about trying to understand themselves and their spouses. Also, secure attachers do it as well. Dismissives have to get to the point where they're so frustrated with where they're at in life, and they're so down and out about being alone, and they're just wondering what's going on. Is there something wrong with me? Am I a narcissist? Or is the person that I'm just broke up with or in a relationship with a narcissist? What is going on? So it takes a little bit more for a dismissive avoidant to reach out before the other attachment styles. Fearful avoidant, that's a coin toss right there. Next email. Hi, Coach. I would like some help with my current situation. I'll try to keep it short like you requested. I think I am anxious preoccupied, and my ex of 1 year is dismissive. I've been in no contact for 4 months, and she randomly started texting me again. So to break down the beginning of this email, I think it's really important to know for sure what your spouse or ex-spouse attachment style is, because we can't play a guessing game when it comes to attachment styles. Many of my clients, when we're doing our discovery sessions, they thought that they were another attachment style when they found out all along they were just a totally different one. So it's important to actually know what their attachment style is and don't play a guessing game, because then you'll be seeking out misinformation. You'll be looking up Japanese or Chinese when you should be trying to learn Spanish. So it's important. The conversations are light and nothing substantial. So I don't know what to make of them. I'm getting frustrated and I feel she's trying to play games with me. What should I do? If they're reaching out to you as a dismissive avoidant, if you know this is their style, chances are they have processed those negative emotions about the relationship. I talk a lot about giving them the opportunity to reimagine their relationship, see things in a better light, being able to see a future with you. Because the dismissive, if they feel like they don't see a future with you and you're not the one, and you were the one that broke it off to them, that just pretty much solidifies it for them. They're going to say things like, we weren't meant to be. There's no point in us being friends after this. You go your separate way. We'll go our separate ways. So if they're reaching out to you, you need to set a date, set a time to connect. If it's the other way around, if you're the one reaching out to them, if you're the one that's breaking no contact, don't try to get them into a date or getting together, because they may not be mentally ready for that. This is only if they are the one reaching out to you, they're breaking no contact. If you dawdle around and text little ridiculous messages with them that has nothing substantial to them, they're gonna feel like you're rejecting them and you don't really want them. You don't want the relationship again, because the avoidance style, they're very direct on what the way that they communicate. They don't beat around the bush. They'll tell you straightforward how they feel. This is why sometimes they can come off as cold and unemotional, but that's just the way that their style is. So if they're contacting you, sure, warm it, do a little ice breaking, but make sure that you set the date, set some time to get together, and give them time to respond. If you don't get the respond you want right away, if they're saying, I don't know, it's like, okay, it's totally up to you. I get it. But if you sit up and you continue to text them back and forth, then they're just going to feel like you don't really want this thing again, and that the breakup was something that needed to happen, and they just want to be friends. And if they want to be friends, that's also something good too, because they really don't like being friends afterwards. I hope that helped. I would say go ahead. The next time they reach out, she reaches out, set a date, set a time to get together. Don't talk about the previous relationship. Don't try to force them into another commitment, and don't make them feel guilty for breaking up with you, because that's the worst thing you can do. You're getting what you want. You want them to communicate with you. You want essentially your best friend back, because that's what we are when we're in these deep, long-term committed relationships. We're best friends. So treat them like that. Don't make them feel bad for breaking up with you in the first place. So if you found this video of any value, please like, comment, and share with other people that can benefit from this content. Bring them into our community, as it's been so supportive to other people. And I will talk to you soon.